And a lot of times we're holding on to things, we're holding on to people, we're holding on to old ideals and thoughts out of fear. And I hear it all the time from my clients: fear of not wanting to be their mothers or fathers, fear of never wanting to be in a relationship, a toxic relationship like they had in the past, fear of just life in general not working out, and feel of failing. Happy Self-Love Sunday, ladies. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that their journeys are going well. I hope for those who celebrated the holidays last week, you had a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Well, I cannot believe next week is 2020, a new year and a beginning of a new decade. But it's here. So I want to kind of talk to how I want to go into 2020 as well as the theme for 2020 for me. And it's surrendering. I know when we say the word surrender, it comes with a lot of negative connotations. I know people think, oh, that's quitting and it's giving up. It's none of that. I'm talking about spiritual surrender. And when I say spiritual, whether you call it universe, whether you call it God, however you address your higher power, that's what I mean. But the surrender that I'm talking about is letting go of things, thoughts, and people that no longer serve your greater good. You have to surrender. And a lot of times we're holding on to things, we're holding on to people, we're holding on to old ideals and thoughts out of fear. And I hear it all the time from my clients: fear of not wanting to be their mothers or fathers, fear of never wanting to be in a relationship, a toxic relationship like they had in the past, fear of just life in general not working out, and feel of failing. It's all this. They're operating out of so much fear, so they're trying to hold on and they're trying to control. Meanwhile, if you ever notice when you're really trying to hold on and you're really feeding the fear, so it generally comes to light, it's the fear. And you think you have control, but yet you're overwhelmed, you're anxious, you're stressed out because it's uncontrollable. It becomes worse because that's where your energy and focus on. The fear, the fear, the fear, the fear, the fear. You have to surrender. You have to say, you let go and say, you know what, it is what it is. You truly have no control over others, how they're going to perceive you, what they're going to do, what they're going to say. You don't. But you do have the ability to let go of those things that are no longer serving you. Make a choice to work on you. Make a choice to heal yourself, to work on your healing, to make a choice that if you need to talk to a grief counselor, to go to therapy if you need it. You have the ability to do those things. You have to let go, though. You have to surrender. I'm going to help somebody today. I'm just going to help you with a few things right now. You can never, ever be your mother or father. You just can't. You are you, you're individual. Now, I know culturally as well as genetically, some things are passed down to us, but you're still not them. You're individual with individual thoughts, feelings, emotions, and you have the ability to work on anything you want to work on to help yourself change the narrative. Stop using that stuff. Stop fearing those things. It's a fear you've created in your mind. You cannot be someone else. If you don't want to find yourself in certain situations anymore, the best thing that you can do is let go of that. That's no longer me. I'm no longer going to accept those things. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to have boundaries. I'm going to come into alignment with myself. I'm going to connect more with my higher power. You have to surrender. This has to be it. This has to be the time when we start to let this stuff go. We can't keep dragging this baggage from place to place, from person to person. And I'm going to give you another tidbit, because the thing that I find a lot of people worry about too is what someone has to say. They're so fearful of how somebody's gonna, what they're gonna think about them, what they're gonna say about them. And you know, it's so funny. I find that most people that really feel that way, they talk the most negative about people. They really do. It's like you have this fear, but that's what you do. But for those of you who are on the other end of that stick, I'm gonna help you out right now. Just imagine there's 21 levels in life. So you start ground zero. 21 means that you've fulfilled your life's purpose and you're leaving this earth fully empty. I had this conversation with my therapist last night. Like, you're leaving the world fully. That means you have done it all. You've put yourself completely out there. You've surrendered. You've let go. You've lived your best life. You've lived your purpose passionately. You just leave this world empty. You're not like one of those who went to the cemetery with all their hopes and dreams in there, right? So that's the gauge. Now, suppose you met your ex-husband, your ex-boyfriend, and some friends when you were on level 3. And maybe they stuck around with you until you got to level 5. And then for whatever reason, they fell to the wayside. And now, today, you're on level 10. And you hear something that they say about you. Has happened to me. I've heard it. Hear something that they had to say about you from a negative standpoint. And it used to bother me. But what I had to start thinking is, what do you expect? They knew you level 3 through 5. They fell off to the wayside. So they're not around you every day. They're not around your aura. They're not around your spirit. They're not around your heart anymore. So that's all they can discuss. They're no longer around you. They were not there for level 6 through 9 to see you get to 10. So why does that bother you? That's all they have. That's all they know. You have to really start to think about it. Like, oh yeah, what am I so upset about? Well, the last time I left them, when we kind of fell off, things fell off in a very toxic way. We didn't start that way, but it fell off that way. So that's what they have. And now you may say, well, why are they discussing me in a negative light? Well, listen, you have to understand something about people and in human beings. Some people need to do that because it takes they feel that it takes the light off of them and it makes them seem like they're, holier than thou, or they are greater than, and they need you to be the negative entity in it because they don't want to hold on. They don't want to own their shit. They pretend that they own the shit and they say, oh, I had some part in it too. But when they drag you down, right? They got to just, take it. She did this, she did this, she did that, right? But that's because, they don't, that's who they are. And that's okay. Listen, I know people who claim to love me that took it there. Okay. And I'm not upset about it anymore because I understand that that's where we left off at. So it's cool. Now I'm on level 10. Now, if the people on level 10 are still saying those things, you might need to shift and evaluate. But I know that people who are on level 10, and I like to say, man, I'm like at level 15 at this point, man. It just feels good. And the people who are with me at level 15, that's not what they say. That's not what they think, and that's not what they feel. And then those people who've been riding with me from level 1, and they see me at level 15, like, damn, you really have shifted. And they don't hold on to that. They don't hold on to the old level, just like I don't hold on to it for them, right? Even the people who have those things to say, I don't hold on to it for them. My hope is that they are changing, that they are growing, they are evolving in life, right? So stop caring. That's all they know. That is all they know. So if you've grown, then grow. Walk in your light. Go out and keep living your purpose with passion. Surrender. Let that stuff go. It should really fall off your shoulders. It should be your testimony. When you hear it, that's what I do. I be like, man, when I hear that stuff about myself, as soon as somebody come and tell me something, I be like, man, thank God for change. Oh man, I'm so happy that I don't think like that no more. I'm so happy I don't move like that no more. I'm so happy that I've learned that true love is really letting go of things, right? Loving people is not holding on. That's codependency. It's just toxic. I'm gonna hold on to you. You can't go to the store. I'm gonna hold on to you. That's not love, man. It's not love. I'm so happy that I've learned to love myself a lot better. I still have some things to do. So I still have a ways to go. And it's all good. I don't know if you caught that I said I went to see my therapist last night. I like to do those things. That when I talk to you about self-love, self-care, and maintenance, I'm not just talking to you. This is the life that I live. This is the life that I live. When I talk about, I am affirmations and things that I say and things that I do, that stuff is in my house. It's written on my mirrors. It's written on my refrigerator. It's everywhere I can see. I'm surrounded by love. This is what I live. Those things, how I continue to work on myself so that I can have the best relationship with my kids, and I can have a form relationship with them that I necessarily may or may not didn't have. I do things with them that, I want to create my family in such a way. I work on those things. And it's hard. Listen, I am alpha, ex-military, just control. Do you know how hard it was for me to let go? Do you to really truly understand? There's no such thing. You are overwhelmed, stressed, depressed because you're trying to control the narrative that you cannot. You cannot. But you want to know something? When I let go and I surrendered to all those things, and I just let things fall to the wayside, I kind of feel more in control than ever. When I meditate every day, I feel more like I do. It's a really weird thing. I feel more control than ever now. It's like, oh, I have the choice. I have the freedom to choose that I'm no longer going to walk that. Like, I have the freedom to choose not to pick up my phone today. I used to be the girl that when somebody called, I was running to the phone. I always trying to show up, trying to prove that I'm this loyal being. Child, I don't do none of that stuff no more. I just no, that's not even loyalty. That's you trying to do something because you desperately need that back. You're going above and beyond and overboard with doing things and loving people more than you because that's the piece that's missing in you. That's what I had to learn. So I had to go give it to myself. So now that I got it, you have no, I'm telling you, I wish you could walk with me every day. I really did. Now, does things bother me? Yes. Do I'm a very real person. My kids still get on my nerve. I still tell those kids off in a heartbeat. But I am such a different person, how I think and how I feel. I don't listen. The things that used to really get me down, because I'm telling you, when I used to hear things, excuse me, because I'm getting a little bit of a cold. When I used to hear things, sometimes people would say I get so upset, especially if it was my family. It's like, oh, I get so mad. Like, how could you think that? Oh, duh. Well, you're on level 15. You even stop sharing with them. You don't even, they're family by blood, but you don't even really share your life with them. So you dropped them off at level 6. So if that's all they know, what are you mad about? What are you upset about? That's all they know. So just keep walking and keep going in that direction that you're going of change. That, for those people who are going to be around you, because family has to be around you, you're gonna teach them how to treat you. You're going to teach them listen, I'm not that no more. We're not doing that things. I'm not saying that no more. I'm not walking in that light no more. I'm not overcompensating anymore. I'm not loving everybody and running for everybody and doing for everybody before I do for myself anymore. That's not what I'm doing. Now, sometimes they may be mad because that's what they're used to. You know what I mean? But sorry, I'm not sorry. I'm loving on me. I'm creating the life that I want. I'm working in here every single day. I feel like sometimes for me, I may have lost 10, but I gained 10,000. I'm here talking to you guys every single Sunday, living this thing. So I hope that you join me. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. I am so excited for the journey of 2020. But before I end this video, there is something I must do, and that is to thank each and every single person that has written with me every single Sunday. Listen to me, give me feedback, love on me. I'm so appreciative, and I'm so appreciative of my clients. I really, really want to thank you for trusting me with the journey of your life. My girls that's in my private Facebook group, I want to thank you for trusting me with your walk. That's important, to be vulnerable and open to somebody that you don't even know. I really, 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 truly, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate each and every one of you. That means the world to me. I want to thank the person who helped me on my journey along the way. That's Belinda Hodassi. She is my therapist / go-to business person / person who validates me sometimes on every level. And she looks at me like, you need to have patience. I rolled my eyes at her last night about it. I love her to death. She's truly helped me My kids, man. I mean, they just rock with me and grow with me, and I love them for that. And the person who unfortunately is no longer here, um, that really got that fire under my butt to start this again, and that's Kasim Chandler. I love you, and I always, always will. And thank you for giving me that crown jewel and nugget, um, to help me go to uh, that place to find myself again. I appreciate you. Had to stop and just, and I thank each and every one of you. We're going to 2020 strong. We are surrendering. We are letting go of those things that are no longer serving us. If you want to reach out to me to talk, have questions, please do. mosassfitness@gmail.com. I'm on Facebook, Moe Sass Fitness LLC. Instagram, Moe Sass Fitness. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I love you for listening.